there, and welcome back. First off, I want to say thank you to my new subscribers. I really appreciate all of you. You're supporting my efforts to bring Minecraft content to you. I'm sorry it's been a while. The real world just keeps poking its nose in. I decided I'd be leaving Vintagecraft. So for the occasion, I made a shader version of the builds that Demonwalker 909, myself, and some other wonderful folks made, and share them with you. The builds themselves, I think, are beautiful, but the shaders seem to bring it up a notch. Don't normally play with them on because it can give you a bit of a headache and not give you proper light ratings to mob-proof effectively, but it does show how the light looks as if it were in like the real world. Poor man's version of RTX, and I love it. So if you haven't seen previous videos of mine, I decided that with the new colors of the Nether update, I'd use the blocks to create a volcanic area. I imagined that I'd settled in a relatively old volcano that left behind basalt and black rock, and had chiseled out a place to call my home. Used the materials to build up temples and gardens with unusual plants. At the top here was a temple, which my son helped to build with a roof. I can't get the style of this roof, I really can't. But if you can't tell the color palette, I've used what would be here in the world already, but with the new Nether colors, to make it pop here and there. This is a small guest house I made early on, made from spruce and warped wood blocks, as well as the leaves from the blocks. I modeled it on a house made by B00-100, and I love every inch of it. I used blackstone and basalt for the fireplace, as I kept with the idea that those would be the rocks I'd have the most access to living here. With glass, ice, snow, and mini blocks of concrete and ice, I created a little skating rink for a holiday party we had in mid-December. My friend said, "You gotta have a skating rink," and he was right. It fits right in here. Just around the corner, but up on the mountaintop where the ice will stay frozen forever. Down below is a little hide-and-seek course, which you'll see soon, as well as a tree farm I made to have access to whatever materials I'd want or need. I learned a lot about what things you can put under glass and what ones you can't, and had a lot of fun doing so. Down here is a little workroom I used to make banners with dye boxes handy and patterns should someone want more of a specific one. It's a skill I'm still trying to learn, but I'm having a lot of fun learning it. This area is the walkway. It goes all the way around the whole lush cave interior that we've designed, and houses the trash disposal and the smelter system. It also hides farms behind it. My bedroom is at this end, and I used nether stars, which my friend Bit gifted to me, to make a starry sky for sleeping in both on the walls and in following Demon's idea on the ceiling. He uses picture frames made invisible with the armor stand book, and on the ceiling, chains. I was experimenting with all kinds of materials in this one, and in some places you'll notice I use kelp blocks. It's because I wanted a different look to some parts, because I didn't want to just keep using the same 3 or 4 blocks. I wanted to throw in a little weird block here and there, and it also told me where the farms were approximately, so I would know and not dig into the area. And we are now going to my favorite space in the whole area, my lush volcanic cave. Here I found paradise inhabited by people who traded with me. Okay, so they're villagers, and I set them up in areas based on their trades. Let me have my fun, will ya? The waterfall was hard to see with the shaders on, but I love it. And I also used concrete for the ceiling to make it dark, and to make it seem to go further up than it does. And then I added growths of crying obsidian. I thought it looked really neat with it dripping into the build itself. Amber Goddess, another friend I met while I was here, created the armor stand art that gave me the little butcher shop. I cannot wait for the Cliffs and Caves update to see what I can do the next time I build this space. I am going to be doing it again, but when I do, I'll have access to the real lush garden stuff and the lush caves, and I will love every minute of it. Maybe I'll even have a little axolotl pond in here. Down in here, as you can see, all the lighting and things, and I tried to hide them as best I could. I used shroom lights for the most part, and sea pickles. Just so you'd have a little bit of light, but it wouldn't be so much light that it would overwhelm you. That's the library. Over here, we remodeled the villager breeder so that it would also be a kind of a carrot farm. And I mean, it's gone through a few versions now, but we made it this way so it would be a little larger than it was before and a lot easier to do. Now, I didn't have time to do a shader pass with the 2 new floors that I had put in for trading, but this is how I basically did the trader halls. I made them big, I made them bright. The center, I was going to put more trading villagers in. The outside was just the arrows. All the Fletchers are there. We didn't get them all done, but you know, it's enough. This is what where I would do puzzle work. And this is the hide and seek area. I participated in one in the shopping district spawn area, and I noticed it was so large it was hard to find people. We tested this little one out on the holiday party, and I think it went well. I mean, I was able to correct the boundary lines a little, and we even had a dispenser in this building that would shoot out a bottle of invisibility onto a person as they went in to those secret tunnels, and would give them a little edge, you know. I tried to make a variety of hiding locations and spaces to keep the game interesting, but still make it possible to find folk. In all, I hope they had fun, because I did, watching and learning from it. And this is just a little tiny tour of one of my favorite spaces that I added to the game to make it fun and to have an element of discovery, because I like to think that you should always have a little secret somewhere here and there, just to bring people to look for things that are secrets. I try to do it in every single build that I make, because I'm in love with the idea of little secrets, and I think that it makes for a very fun time trying to find them. In this case, you know where they are. I didn't start out this game with the Asian theme. This came after my son joined the server and brought the idea with him. It was a lot of fun to rebuild and remodel my whole place, and I enjoyed every minute of it with them. So I'm heading over here now to show you how you can creatively cover up a big mess. Landing over here, and I'm going to show you the waterfall on the side of the building. Now, it was originally a creeper farm, a really, really big one. And what I did was I turned it into a waterfall with more of the black blocks. Fireworks. Well, that's fun. We added bridges and even a little coral reef to the space to give it life, to bring interesting places to discover. You see the lava flow is on the left-hand side. I live near lava, what can I say? I'm a crazy witch. Here's our little coral oasis in the middle of the mountain area. I absolutely love adding little features like this. It just really makes you think you're somewhere special. Now, that out of the way, we can go tour the rest of the builds. Beautiful bright morning, you know, no bad weather in sight. So we'll do the... Don't mind me, I'm just croaking in the background here. This is the archery field, where you could test your skills shooting at the targets, and they should light up and do what they need to do. And the 2 tall towers are the challenge ones for the new bullseye achievement that they had added to the game. And now we're heading over to the stables. And I tried to keep the builds similar, but use different color palettes in different places. Like the area on my son's side was mostly made of wood, so it made sense to use wood here rather than the black stone and the basalts. I used some of the black stone for walls, but I didn't make it the dominant color palette because it's not on my side. This is the little koi pond yin-yang my son made. You see the little fishies in it. And here's the dock. I love the dock and the boat. And the boat hides a secret. It hides a little flower farm for my dye and a creeper farm. It's not a perfect creeper farm, but it would suit our needs. It gave us enough dynamite and gunpowder for rockets, so we didn't have to buy them all the time, and we could supply a shop with them. Now, this is the Ocean City. It's created by BlueNerd, and he invited us early in the game to come and build here, so I did. So this is a little miniature, like, build up on top of a tower of land and trees, and inside there's a little map making room for exploring the ocean, as well as my bedroom with its older style with the black with the fireplace and whatnot that I took out of the new build. And down below, just a little work area with an access to a mine, because I really hated the mining in the mountains. And all the comforts of home, you know. You've got to have the food. Out here, I tried to create life by showing the blocks falling, because this is a tower. It's disintegrating. It's old. Like, seen better days. And now we're going to swim through the city that was made. And over here, there's a train station I helped create. I built the basic design and then we remodeled it from there. There were 3 of us who worked together. The third person's name escapes me at the moment, but we created this beautiful station that'll take you from the Ocean District to the shopping district in a few seconds. It just makes for an interesting way to move around. Yeah, sure, you could get your elytra and you could fly and fall in the ocean and away you go. Why not have a train station, right? And the train station was modeled after a sea turtle. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. You know, I thought it was kind of a fun little way of telling people this is the way to the ocean area. Take the sea turtle train. See, I've even given it the big giant flippers. If you like this video that you're seeing right now, I would really love it if you took a minute to just like and subscribe. This was Sharky's winning build for the Nether Hub. I do like the fact that it's very bright and it makes it easy for me to see. I do have problems with my vision, and it's fantastic for finding your way. It took a while to build, but once it got up and going, it's really quite nice. It gets you from where you want to go to where you've been. And now I'm just trying to find the way into Demon's Nether tunnel. This was an incredible achievement, and it's very beautiful, but it was also incredible in that the whole time he was working on this, we lived in a gas area where gas would spawn frequently. And we still managed to get it done. Of course, we had to stand over them with bows and swords at the ready in case the gas decided to get cranky. But in the end, when it finished, it looks absolutely beautiful. See, there's a gas right there now. It had, if we had had the time, it would have had heads from withers the whole length of the tunnel with their nether star hearts. We're now looking at Demon's side, coming out of the dragon's head, and we're going right straight to the strider pen. They're just such cute little critters, aren't they? Yeah, she's gonna try to do heads. Okay. And this over here is a little temple that he was using as a way to get down to his farm for trees. So he could do the nether trees because they tend to overgrow this area. This is the pagoda. Pardon me, I'm a little sleepy today. And Amber got us again. She did all the armor stand work. My son built the tree there with the credits of the person that you see there, who was the original designer. I did the interior for the second floor here. This is the only floor I can take credit for. I thought I'd make it look very alive and yet old, with all the greenery growing through. And then he made a hall to showcase all the heads he'd been collecting in the game to date. And then you come out here, and he made a little sleeping Arctic fox build to show off his little fox farm. So adorable. And this is his little hotel. It was very beautiful. And see that it had a spa in it for relaxing, and it's a perfect getaway for getting away from all that hard work of the day. Demon worked really hard to make this build. And again, as I said before, all the designs that we used, you'll find a link to them down below, so that you can try it out if you want to. I found these builds to be stunning. There were so many of them, I just couldn't name everybody by name. So I put it on the screen so that you can match the build you liked with the information below. It's just like a little hotel. Perfect for visitors. And out here, it's a stunning nighttime view of the area from his area to mine. Now, we finally have the monorail around the shopping area. I had the idea of it being able to quickly go from end to end, find shops you might not see when you would go through the portal. There are a lot of stunning builds here, and I enjoyed creating the stations that go along with this monorail system. You can see there's a little station there, and they all have their own little names and spaces. Never did get around to doing the station stops, so now it's more of an amusement ride, but it gives you a nice chance to just relax and look at all the builds that people have made in the server. All the different shops. This is the hotel on the left, if you can believe that. It's kind of neat. And of course over here, this station up here has a path that leads down to the other station that goes into the ocean. Just sort of see it there in the light. The sun is now setting on my time on this server, and I just wanted to say a thank you to those who made me feel welcome on my very first SMP. I enjoyed meeting all of you and getting to learn some skills that I didn't have when I came to the game. It really was an educational experience and a fun experience. I want to say thank you again for watching this video, and I hope you continue to watch this content. It may not be as frequent as some channels, but we do try to make up for it in having it be of better quality. And I'd love to leave you with this beautiful view at night of the entire build area that we did in the light. Absolutely gorgeous. That neat little cut of the lava stream as it comes down the mountain. Enjoy the view. Good night. And goodbye to VintageCraft. Server for VintageBeef patrons.